Here's some more money. I'm lonely and this looks like a pretty base stream right now. Well, thank you. Why are you lonely though? Who's actually lonely on Valentine's Day, right? Like people will like post, they'll like mold or something. They'll be like, oh man, I'm single and it's Valentine's Day. Like I get like feeling like that if you're like 12 or something, but like who gives a fuck? Valentine's Day is a fucking corporate holiday that is designed to suck your shekels dry. It's no different than any other day, right? I can see if you're discontent like 100% of the time, but only being discontent with yourself on Valentine's Day, but then being totally fine with yourself the next day or the day before that doesn't make any sense to me, right? Like, it's one thing if you're always like lonely, right? But being lonely on specifically Valentine's Day and no other day of the year, that doesn't make any logical sense to me. If you're fucking lonely on Valentine's Day, fire up a live stream, shit on a bunch of furries in front of 1,000 live viewers, and you're good. How could I be lonely when I'm sitting here talking to 1,000 people? I've had more social interaction and probably more female interaction than all of you guys in the chat combined, just right now. Like, everyone's like, you're the incel, right? It's actually the other way around, right? Like, I'm the Chad, y'all are the fucking incels, right? And not only am I engaging in more female interaction than all of you guys combined, women are paying me. See, all of you guys in the chat, you're paying women. You're taking them out to a nice dinner, you're buying them gifts and shit, chocolate, flowers, whatever the fuck. You're sacrificing money for that. I'm getting paid, okay? So, I'm not the incel here. I'm not the fucking loser in this situation. It's actually the other way around. So, what do you guys think about that? Yeah, see chat? Threw you for a loop there, didn't I? No, Augie, this is very sad. I'm just hearing nothing but pure coping from the chat. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with being lonely. There's nothing wrong with being an incel even, all right? I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that objectively in this situation, this is how things go. It's a reality of the situation that I'm the alpha and you guys, at least those of y'all that are complaining, y'all are the betas. But there's nothing wrong with that, dude. Just fucking accept it. When you're discontent with your situation, that's when it becomes an issue for you, right? Anonymous, I didn't ask to be the Chad, okay? I just am by default. I'm here, okay? I chose the streamer life, and as a consequence of that, it made me the Chad in this dynamic. It's not like I wanted to be or I really care, but I am. All right, women chatters, y'all harder. We're incels too. Maybe this is a really nuclear take. And honestly, it's such a nuclear take that I actually don't know which faction of my fan base is going to agree with it and which faction is going to disagree. But I feel like there's more women incels on the internet, at least like vocally, than there are men incels, right? Like I always see like people, I always say like women just constantly talking about how they get no attention or they, you know, don't have a boyfriend, they don't have a fucking man, and they're like fucking just completely discontent with their life. I see it more from women than men, but maybe that just depends on the circles that I hang around with. That's a fact, not a nuclear take. I mean, I don't know. Most people, when they talk about incels, they're talking about men, right? And maybe it's mostly, I don't know. I don't have any, you know, empirical data on this. You know what I mean? As somebody that's just talking completely out of their ass right now, and, you know, not somebody that really knows anything about what they're talking about, I feel like women are more incel. And I feel like the women that are incels, they're almost more aggressive about it, right? Because like men who are incels, they have this like notion that they're like super like either they're violent or they're extremely depressed. And they're just extremely like just in a state of almost emergency, right? But I think women are more aggressive about their incelness. Especially like women, I mean, we know a lot of women do like have issues with men. They hate men. They're attracted to the worst, you know, degree of man on the fucking planet. And as a result, they develop a unnatural hatred for men based on the poor relationships and the poor people that they got involved with in the past, right? I feel like this happens more to women than men. Women can never be incels. Well, I mean, yeah, a woman incel is different than a man incel, right? But I'm just saying, like, I'm talking about, like, and when I say incel, I mean, like, the, like, literal definition of it. Like, where you're, like, I mean the definition of incel where it's, like, because, like, there's multiple definitions of incel. When I'm talking about incel right now, I'm talking about, like, people that want to be in a relationship, but like can't because they are like insane or something like that. I don't know. I'm not talking about people that choose to not be in relationships, because people that choose not to be in relationships, all right, that's base, you know, like that's cool or whatever. I'm talking about people that want to but can't because they're strange or weird or whatever, some social problem that they have, right? I just feel like I notice it more from women, at least on Twitter, which Twitter is not indicative of the real world at all. I'm just talking strictly on Twitter. That's just what I notice. I don't know.